Joining me in the room podcast to talk about his amateur Muay Thai fight happening at Cage Titans 52 on Saturday, April 2nd is Niko Mavrommatis in the room podcast. What's up, my friend?
Long time no see, Steve.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
last time I saw you was at I think Lion Fight when one of your training partners was in there putting a hurting on an opponent as usual.
Yeah, it was Mikey White and Sean Schubert were fighting on the same card.
Excellent, my man. So here we are, bro. Your second fight, amateur Muay Thai fight, second time heading into that Cage Titans cage. I want to say ring, but in this circumstance, a cage. Man, what's the feeling like to get back in there again?
I'm just ready to go again, Steve. It's been a while since I last fought, so I'm ready to get in there already. Feels like an animal that's hungry and that they ain't feeding them. Steve.
Well, the last fight was a little whiles back, November, back in 2021 when you had your amateur debut. Cage Titans 50, a huge, monumental card there, man. We talked in the back room after that when you came away with a split decision against a real tough opponent. We'll go over that fight, but dude, how was that overall experience? Now you get to look back at it and just absorb it all.
You know, Steve, I've been privileged to have a lot of good moments with my family and all that. So I can't say it's the best feeling ever, but it's up there. It's up there. That was a unique experience, and I'm ready to go in and do it again. Make it even better this time.
Excellent. Well, as far as that fight, dude, you went against Zach Converse. Came away with a split decision. Great fight by both of you young guys there. He was making his debut as well. He's actually had another fight for No Boundary. He's 1-1 now, man. So no slouch in that cage, man.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel overall as far as your first amateur fight and being in there? Because you looked outstanding in there. It was a great fight, and you would never know it was two amateurs their first time in there.
Yeah. Steve, I felt right in my natural habitat that night, and I was more comfortable in that cage than I've been anywhere else in my life. And it was nothing. It was no pressure, nothing. I felt in my natural habitat in there.
Well, as far as leading up to that and your natural habitat, where you been? Like, how'd you get to the Muay Thai, and how'd you get to that cage that night as far as, training and the passion as far as the fight?
So in 2016, I was hearing all this talk about Conor McGregor this, Conor McGregor that, he's fighting. And it was the fight that he fought Eddie Alvarez. So I went on Twitter, saw the fight, and I kind of got hooked on it since then. But I didn't actually start training until September of 2020. It was last September, not the September that just passed. So it hasn't been too long. And if you take all the time I spent in my home country, I've only been training a year and some change. So I'm going at it full steam ahead.
And no background as far as striking. You just picked it up, a year or so ago, and here we are now.
Here we are, Steve. Here we are.
Dude, it was a great fight, man. You were showing some technique in there, man, that you wouldn't imagine, like some kid that just, been doing it for as far as a workout or whatever for a year. Dude, what do you attribute all that to, man? Because like I said, you looked friggin' great in there. It was awesome to watch.
I have a good mentality when I'm in there, Steve. I'm very composed, I'm very calculated, and I started training, and off the first session, I started training with a purpose, and I've been doing 2-a-days ever since.
Excellent, my man. Well, you're in camp with a bunch of killers in there. You mentioned Mike White that has been finishing people in the ring there for No Boundary, Lion Fight, and some other popular regional organizations around. Man, what's it like firing with them guys in there?
It's tough, especially this fight camp where I'm always tired, it feels like, and they're just whooping me, but it's getting me better, and I appreciate them.
Well, how much better, man? Last fight was in November. Where 5 months full steam ahead, man. What's it like the second time around, second training camp, and just all that time to just make your just get better at it?
Mm-hmm. It's a short camp, Steve. I told my coach Sean Schubert to hit up Cage Titans 3 weeks out, actually. It was 3 weeks ago. So it's been a short camp, but it's been insanity work nonetheless. So I'm excited to get back in there.
Yeah, so the camp's been short, but like you said, you've been training nonstop in there, except for maybe going to, Greece or whatever. Let's talk a little bit about that, man. Did you celebrate? I know you have a huge following and you're very passionate about your upbringing and your country there, man. As far as that, man, what's that like to have that back and just to represent them the way you did? Because, man, that was something really special. I mean, Cage Titans did a lot of stuff afterwards, just, sending that out there, man. What was that feeling like there?
That is my main motivation, Steve, is to bring my name up as well as with my country and my team. So I do that for them. And if it was just for me, I don't care about just doing it for me. It gives me this extra drive to do that and to represent the country that gave me so much happiness every summer. And I was born there as well. So.
Now, do you visit often? You have family still there? Because I do see your Instagram and your Facebook. You have some great, beautiful pictures of Greece and having some fun in there, man. Do you try to get there? Do you go? When do you actually visit?
Every summer, Steve. It was pretty funny. The summer that I was there, last summer, I didn't train much at all. The only training I did was progressively overloading my liver. And I came back, and a month later I fought Zach. So that was interesting. But
excellent, man. How many bottles of Uzos you go through over there?
That's more for the older people, Steve. We go to the bar. We have our Bacardi, our vodka.
All right, I'm one of those old people, dude. Not to get off course, but I grew up. One of my best friends growing up was a Greek kid, full their parents and everything, and we used to have the Uzo all the time, man. That was something that he would, smuggle out of his parents' thing, and when he was of age, he would just order it, or when he visited, he would take it home or have family members, man. So I'm showing my age here. I'm one of those guys there, man.
Yeah, it's a tasty one, for sure, but it's not our preference.
So as far as short camp here, man, and I know Mike is in camp. He's getting ready for a fight in the end of April. How's that feel to actually get rounds and get ready with another guy, kind of having his own his own success in there?
Yeah, I'm training with a bunch of savages, Steve. Other than myself, we have Sean and we have Mikey and Anthony Scott, and they're a bunch of killers as well as everyone else in my gym. But so it's been tough, but it's making me grow.
Excellent, my man. Well, let's get to this fight. You're taking on Lucas Remsen. He had a win. I think he's the kid that had the prom after the fight. Or I don't know if it was that. Was his fight, which he came away with a win that night. Was his fight the same night as your fight?
Yes, we were in the same warm-up room.
Awesome. Was he somebody that you were looking at? Did you get a chance to see? Well, I think your fight was before his or right after his, correct?
It was after his.
Yeah.
I was watching it on the TV. They were showing it while I was warming up, and I could see a little bit. But
is that someone that you think? I mean, Cage Titans is kind of early in the Muay Thai and the amateur Muay Thai here. Is that someone that you thought, hey, maybe this is someone that I might face down the line, or was it just like you were thinking about your own fight then, or what was going through your mind? Anything about that?
I knew from that day, Steve. I watched this. I've been studying his fight since it came out on YouTube. I knew that's the fight to make, and I knew that's the one Paul Ver would want to make for obvious reasons.
Excellent, my man. Well, dude, like I said, as far as that last fight, man, you impressed the hell out of me, both you and Zach there. What do we expect to see in here, man? You got some training in there where like 5 months from that last fight, you're running high on a nice victory there, man. What do we expect to see on April 2nd from you?
Steve, I'm in a dangerous mindset here. The split decision kind of left a sour taste in my mouth last time, and I'm not looking to give someone love taps in there and claw my way to a split decision win. I'm there to make someone lose consciousness for a couple seconds. And I say that he's a very nice kid and all, and he's been very respectful during the build-up, but I'm in a different place mentally at the moment.
Excellent, my man. Well, next Saturday, This Saturday, I mean, it's fight week. I apologize, man. This Saturday, dude, what's left to do, man? It's Monday. You heading to train there? What's the training like this last week?
This week's gonna be a little bit light. For the past 3 weeks, it's been insanity work 3 times a day. So I'm kind of glad it's getting down to this week, and I can recover and focus on the weight a little bit. We're only two pounds off, so should be a piece of cake.
Excellent, my man. Well, last thing, bro. I know you have a lot of support. There will be a stream that Cage Titans put out there. I know you'll have a lot of family watching it who can't make the show, man. So anything you want to shout out, any sponsors, family, friends, social media, anything you want to say, bro, and I'll let you go, and we'll see you on Saturday night.
First and foremost, I just want to shout out my coach and my team, Sean Schubert. He's the commander in chief of this Greek army, and by Greek army I mean myself, Steve. So, Mikey White, Anthony Scott, everyone else in my gym, my country, and the people that support me. The tickets aren't cheap to these events, so I'm very grateful for everyone.
Excellent, my man. Well, pleasure catching up with you, man. I'll be at Cage Titans again. I won't necessarily be in the back, but I'll be all over the floor. I'll track you and Sean down. We'll get a word, man. Dude, looking forward to the second time you're in there, man, and seeing the Red Seal martial arts crew there in high spirit watching you work, bro.
Yeah, Steve, don't blink.